Welcome back, folks. I made it back out in the woods today. I'm looking for another old house, a site that I hadn't been to before. I'll be back when I locate it, if I do. Well, I think I found it. There's some old daffodils growing. And right here's some meadow close by the trail here. So, pretty sure this is it. I don't see any foundation yet. There's something. Let's see what this is. There's a few rocks. And that looks like the remains of a chimney. Well, I guess I'll get the detector out and see what I can find. May have already been hit, but there's probably still stuff here. Alright, be back in a minute. Right, here's my first target. It's ringing up in the upper 60s, around, or 70 every now and then. Let's see what it is. Probably a lid. Seems pretty big. But I'll take it though if that's what it is. Yep, right there it is. It's on top. I didn't have to dig that far. There's all the little porcelain pieces. I think it says ball on it. Just an old mason jar lid. Alright, let's fill it in and move on. Here's something ringing up in the mid 80s. Let's see what that is. Well, it appears to be in this stuff. Well, there it is. I can't tell if that's modern trash or old stuff. Alright, let's fill it in and move on. Here's my next target. It's ringing up really, really low. What do you think? Piece of foil or piece of gold? Let's check it out and see. Right there. Well, I see it. It's right there. Well, it's not foil. I'm not sure what this is. Looks like copper of some type, kind of decorative. I don't know. All right, just fill it in and move on. There's something ringing up in the mid 60s. Let's check it out. It looks like it's that deep. I'm trying to hit with a shovel. Yeah, there it is. Another mason jar lid. I'll take it. It's old. Alright, let's fill it in and move on. Here's something ringing up in the upper 70s, 80s. Let's see what it is. And how it's bouncing around. Probably an old lid. Let's dig it up and find out. Nope, right there it is. Right there on top of the ground. Modern trash. Alright, let's move on. Here's something ringing up in the 30s, low 30s. Let's check it out. I think we got it out. Looks like more parts of a lid. There's probably more of it here. Yeah, there's another little piece. Well, I'm going to get those little pieces out and fill it in. I'm not going to bore you finding all those little lid pieces. Well, here's the next thing I found. I didn't record the dig because the signal sounded really junky, but had a lot of iron tones in it and had like a blip that's going up to 80. So I thought I'd check it out, and it turned out to be this iron ring with a nail right next to it. Anyway, I like finding these old things like that. It was right here next to this this old chimney. All right, let's fill this one in and move on, see what else we can find. Well, there's my next find. I'm not real sure what it is. It rang up in the 80s. Just looks like tin, maybe. Maybe it's got some zinc in it or something. All right, let's fill it in and move on. There's my next find. No shotgun shell. Let's see if I can tell who it's made by. I can't really tell who made this one. I'll clean it up when I get home, see if I can get a better idea. All right, let's move on. Here's something ringing up in the upper 80s and low 90s. Let's see what it is. Should be right here, but the pinpoint doesn't see it. Let's dig down a little bit. Let's see if we moved it. Alright, I think it's in its plug. I think that's just a rock. Yeah. I'm not sure what this is. I'll clean it up and get home, see if I can figure it out. Looks like it's something's been melted. Alright, let's fill it in and move on. Here's something ringing up in the mid 70s. Let's see what that is. It sounds pretty good. Pretty big though. Probably have a lid or something. Pretty big, really close to the top. See it right there. Looks like a lid. Threads on the lid. All right, let's fill it in and move on. Here's something ringing up in the 90s. Let's see what it is. Well, it's big, whatever it is. Looks like an old pot or something. Looks like an old cooking pot of some type. All right. Let's fill it in and move on. Here's my next find. It's a junky signal, so I didn't record the dig, but it's another old shotgun shell. All right, let's fill it in and move on. Here's a wrap up of the stuff I found out here today. There's modern stuff. Some type of a beer can. A modern lid of something type. And I found several mason jar lids. A whole bunch of them out here. I always seem to find most of these little houses. Some bigger nails I found while digging other things. Pieces of glass and a piece of pottery. Shotgun shell. I have another one somewhere. Still in my pack somewhere, I guess, but I had found 2 of them. Oh, here it is. 2 shotgun shells. Some type of old pot. I'm not really sure what this is. It's kind of heavy. It sounded really good on metal detector. I'll clean it up and see if I can figure out what it might be. Found this copper piece that has some designs on it. It rang up really low like a piece of foil, which is kind of surprising for copper. But that's what it looks like. I'll clean it up and see if I can get a better idea about that one too. I don't know what this piece is either. It looks like a piece of tin, but it's kind of heavy for tin. Maybe it's a handle off a pot or something. Not real sure. I don't know if this is modern or old stuff. It's got a little rivet right there, some type. And then I found a metal ring. I'll clean some of this stuff up and get better pictures of it and put it in the video. It's always fun getting out here. I prefer to hunt in the woods. Kind of hard to later in the year. Ticks get out and snakes get out a lot more. But for right now, it's the perfect time of year. It's not too hot and ticks are not too bad yet. And perfect time of year for this. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next adventure.